good evening. I'm Matt Mahan. That's M-A-T-T-M-A-H-A-N, Mayor of San Jose. I'll introduce my colleagues here in just a moment. We have ASL for our deaf residents. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here for this important storm update. At City Hall, we have storm watch teams who are monitoring the weather by the minute and in constant communication with the National Weather Service, as well as our partners at Valley Water in the county of Santa Clara. What we're hearing from the National Weather Service is that this storm has shifted a bit. We're now expecting more rain in the Santa Cruz Mountains than we were this morning, which means that we may see flooding in some areas along the Guadalupe, potentially other waterways. So we're going to continue to monitor very closely, but we wanted to make sure the community had that important update now. So the city of San Jose, given this news and this update from the National Weather Service, has issued a proclamation of local emergency, which allows us to now evacuate our waterways. We will be out here, we are out here now along the Guadalupe River, making sure our homeless neighbors understand the danger and that they have places to go. We have opened up the Roosevelt Community Center and have the Camden Community Center on standby if it is needed. If you live along the Guadalupe River in particular, it's possible you will have some street level flooding. Please do not be anywhere near the waterway and be aware while driving or parking vehicles. In times of danger, neighbors across San Jose come together to support each other. It's when we see our greatest moments of community. I saw that last year when we had a series of atmospheric rivers that threatened our unhoused neighbors and some of our flood-prone neighborhoods. And we all worked together to make sure that our neighbors were safe. I know we're going to do that again. I want to encourage folks to get updates. It's very important. Alert SCC is your best place to go. Google Alert SCC. You can sign up for text, phone, or email updates. Once you have that information, you can be a good friend and neighbor by sharing it with others in the community, sharing that on social media. Other basic tips: avoid unnecessary travel out of the home today and tomorrow. Again, we may see flooding. It's best to stay home. If you are out there and you see downed trees or telephone poles, you can call 311. Never approach a downed telephone pole. And you'll get some more updates in a moment from my colleagues. I think that was primarily what I wanted to share. So please stay safe out there. Take care of each other. I want to next introduce our assistant city manager, who is the head of our emergency operations center. And then I'll introduce our partners at Valley Water, who we are coordinating very closely with as we monitor this storm. So I'll turn it over to Lee Wilcox, assistant city manager now.
Thanks, Mayor. Lee Wilcox, Leewilcox, and as the mayor said, I'm the assistant city manager. As the mayor said, the city manager did approve a local emergency proclamation for the city of San Jose this afternoon, specifically around evacuations around the Guadalupe River waterway. The proclamation provides us emergency powers to respond to the storm event, including the evacuation orders for people living within and along the Guadalupe Riverway. The order seeks to protect our unhoused community along the waterway. The proclamation also gives us the ability to reassign personnel within the city and request mutual aid if anything is needed later on tomorrow. Our priority through this event is to save lives. As such, our Emergency Operations Center opened a few hours ago. We will be running through the night and again into the morning with various shifts to go ahead and monitor the storm and its activity along all waterways within the city of San Jose in concert with Valley Water. While we do expect this event to impact our unhoused community the most, the city staff, volunteers will be walking and knocking along Alma Avenue, Minnesota Avenue to alert residents face-to-face of possible danger and to keep an eye out for rising river levels along those corridors. As always, San Jose Fire Department is here ready to respond if needed. And as the mayor mentioned, Our expanded owls, our overnight warming locations, which have been open as expanded all week long. At Roosevelt is open, and then the set later tonight through a flash report with the city, we will be giving the timing of when the Camden Community Center will be opening for shelter as well. We'll be communicating throughout the night with long-range acoustical devices with the police department and giving updates via social media if any conditions change. With that, I'll hand it back to the mayor.
Thank you, Lee. I really appreciate Lee and the team at City Hall jumping into action as we got this update today. Now I want to turn it over to our partners at Valley Water. We have really strengthened our working relationship in recent years to make sure that San Jose is storm ready. You're going to hear in just a moment from Valley Water CEO Rick Callender, but I also want to thank Valley Water Director Richard Santos for coming down here and making sure that we're helping to spread the word and keep our neighbors safe. Thank you, Richard, for being here. Now I'll turn it over to Rick Callender, CEO of Valley Water. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Rick Callender, RICKCALLENDER, CEO of Valley Water. First of all, I do want to thank the city for such strong coordination during the storms. We would not be able to achieve the goals without them, and so they've really stepped up, and I do want to thank them for their leadership there, as well as thank the mayor for his leadership. As you've heard, the National Weather Service has issued a flood advisory. We're definitely paying attention. We're making sure that the folks that are near what we're making sure of is that hopefully folks are paying attention and looking for sandbags. I'd encourage you to go to valleywater.org for sandbags, particularly if you're in the Alma area along the Guadalupe. That's where we have the most amount of concern. Our crews are definitely prepared. They're going to be out and about at 4 a.m. trying to make sure that we're clearing any and all obstructions in the creeks. Our EOC will be opening and fully staffed at 4 a.m. as well. What we're hoping is that everyone stay safe, stay warm, and listen to the warnings from the city of San Jose. And I'd like to see if my vice chair would like to say anything briefly. Richard Santos.
Hi. I'm Vice Chair Richard Santos, Santa Clara Valley Water District, and SANTOS. And when the mayor calls, we come out. But our crew's been out there 7/24. We're prepared, we're ready to help, and I hope everybody's safe. And thank you, media, for alerting people. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. All right, so again, please Google Alert SCC to get up-to-date information about how this storm is evolving, where flood risk is. Avoid unnecessary trips out of home tonight and tomorrow morning until we have more information about the situation. Really appreciate the teamwork here from our leadership at City Hall, through the city manager's office, and our colleagues at Valley Water. With that, why don't we open it up to questions?
So can you tell us specifically what areas along the Guadalupe River you're most concerned about, and are there homes along those areas that you'll be going door to door?
Well, we do have historical hotspots. I don't know if we're prepared at this time to share what those are. Do we want to give a couple indications, please?
Because of, and Valley Water should please add here, but because of the way the storm's coming in and the primary impact is going to be the Santa Cruz Mountains, we're primarily concerned at this point with the Guadalupe River. And we do have historic trends of flooding at the Alma area right here because it does narrow and become shallow.
Other questions? Okay, so I'm going to go out with our first responders and colleagues to alert neighbors near the Guadalupe, in particular our unhoused neighbors. We'll be back out early tomorrow morning as we're monitoring water levels. Primary focus right now is getting every homeless resident who lives along the Guadalupe River out of there and into a safe location at one of our community centers. Thank you all very much, and please stay posted for further updates. Thank you.